And just keep softness in your fingers. Begin to add some softness to your shoulders. They might have been tense throughout the morning, so a little heaviness and some release around the shoulders and around the neck. And then find some softness in your jaw and around your eyes too. Maybe taking a swallow. And letting the tongue drop away from the roof of the mouth. And if the mind is busy and it's difficult to just drop into your practice, you might just find something simple to focus on. And even if it's just for a second, allow yourself to notice your next inhale and your next exhale. And you might still be tuning into that release of your exhales. So anything that you don't need at this moment, maybe with each exhale it drops away. And just allowing your attention to rest on that breath, nothing else to do right now. And just by noticing your breath, you'll notice there's quite a bit going on. You might be able to tune into different sensations with each inhale and each exhale. Just allowing yourself to be here at this moment. And then if you get curious, just noticing what things pull your attention. Whether it's sounds that just for a moment draw you in and then release that attention. And then there might be something else that pulls that attention and then it drops. And you might just notice that happening, and then when you're ready, you might draw that attention actively towards your breath once again. And you might re-engage in a more active, intentional breath. And you might notice the sound of that breath. And then again, your attention might be pulled somewhere else. So notice that happening. And then draw it gently back to your next inhale. And exhale. So see if during your practice you can stay with that breath. But I'll also notice when the attention flees and goes other places. And nothing wrong with that at all. See if you can notice that happening so that you have some agency over that attention. So now with your next inhale, bringing hands to your heart, rest the thumbs at your chest, and then lower the chin to your chest. Exhale. And take another breath in. And breath out. And then as you inhale, reach your fingers all the way up towards the ceiling. And then on your exhale, lower your right hand down and reach up and over with your left, finding a side stretch. Inhale as you come back through center, and exhale to your other side. Inhale and coming back through center, and now on your exhale, find a twist. So your right hand behind you, left hand to your right thigh, turn to your right. And inhale back through center, and to your left, twisting, exhale. And inhale through center. And then on your exhale, lower the hands in front of you, walk your fingers forward. Sink your sit bones down, keep your palms and elbows lifted so that there's a bit of action as you fold forward. So there's some action and some stretch through the side body, through the palms. And then as you inhale, walk your hands to your right. And now get a little extra stretch in the left side of the body. And inhale, come back through center and then to your left. And finding that stretch through the right side of the body. And inhale as you come back through center. And then walking your hands back towards you, resting hands on your thighs, shoulders down and away from your ears. Let's switch the legs. If you cross-legged, opposite leg on top or in front. Find that lifted spine, and on your inhale, reach your arms all the way up towards the ceiling. And now interlace your fingers and push the palms away. And as you push the palms away, some action in your legs as if you were trying to lift up. Take another full breath in. And then on your exhale, lower the hands behind you. Plant those fingertips and then open your chest, looking up towards the ceiling. Squeezing the shoulder blades, and then on your exhale, lowering the chin. Take a full breath in here. And a full breath out. With your next inhale, arms will lift. And then on your exhale, forward fold, reaching those fingers forward. And chest down. And this time a bit more of a resting forward fold, so your arms could rest all the way down onto the ground. And maybe your forehead reaches the ground. Or you could bend your elbows and rest your forehead on the forearms. Or you could use your block, place it under the forehead. We'll take 3 cycles of breath. And just noticing that breath in that back body. Another breath in. And breath out. And then as you inhale, walk your hands back towards you and rest those hands on your thighs. Exhale. Take a full breath in. And exhale, lower the right ear to your right shoulder. And then you could bring your right hand to the side of the head, add extra weight here, extra stretch for the left side of your neck. Take a full breath in. And a full breath out. And then on your inhale, back through center, lower that right hand and then left ear to left shoulder. Try to drop that right shoulder down and maybe add your hand, left hand to that head, right side of your head, just extra, little extra stretch. Breathe in here and breathe out. And then as you inhale, back through center, both hands down. And on your exhale, bring those hands in front of you and let's come into a table pose. So hands are going to come straight under the shoulders. Spread your fingers, get a good base through those fingers, and then knees under your hips. And then press through the tops of your feet into your shins. So allow some of your weight to go into the rest of the leg, not just the knee. With your next inhale, chest forward, gaze up, spread the sit bones. And then on your exhale, round your spine, dropping the head. Inhale and again, open cow pose. Exhale and cat pose to round. And one more, inhale. And exhale. And then on your inhale, finding your neutral spine and reaching your right leg out behind you. And as you exhale, plant the ball of the foot, push the heel away. Take a full breath in. And exhale, draw your right knee towards your chest. Or left knee, sorry. Take another breath in here. And exhale, left knee lowers. Right leg rises, inhale. And then knee to chest, exhale. Lengthen, inhale. And now knee to your right elbow, exhale. Lengthen, inhale. And knee to your left elbow, exhale. Lengthen, inhale. And lower that knee down, exhale. Left side, inhale, left leg rises. And exhale, plant the ball of the foot strong through that leg. Take a breath in. And now it's the right knee that lifts, exhale. Full breath in here. And exhale, lower that knee. Left leg rises, inhale. Knee to chest, exhale. Lengthen, inhale. And left elbow, exhale. Lengthen, inhale. Right elbow, exhale. Lengthen, inhale. And back to your table pose, exhale. Pausing here, keeping your knees and hips in line, walking your hands wide and all the way forward, lowering that chest towards the mat. And here, bending your elbows outward so you can broaden the chest. Breathe in. And breathe out. And another full breath in. And full breath out. And then as you inhale, coming all the way onto the belly. Hands wide, elbows lift, plant your fingertips, palms lifted, and lift your chest. Inhale. And exhale, lower. And inhale, lift, look over your right shoulder. And exhale, lower. Inhale, lift, and look over your left shoulder. Exhale, lower. Coming back through center. One more time. Inhale, lift. And exhale, lower. Bring hands under your shoulders and shift back into downward facing dog. Lift those sit bones. And when you find downward facing dog, find a little walking through your legs. So a lifting and lowering of one heel at a time. Or you could even lift one foot at a time too. With a bend in your knees, shifting the hips a bit from side to side. Keeping the head relaxed, the neck relaxed. And one more breath in. And breath out. And I'm finding more of a still downward facing dog. Try to push the floor away with your hands. And try to draw those shoulder blades towards your hips. Take another full breath in. And full breath out. And then as you inhale, come out into a plank pose. And on your exhale, move back into downward facing dog. And then again, inhale, coming out into plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. And inhale, plank. This time, pause here in plank. Push the heels away, reach the crown of the head forward, draw the belly towards your spine. And now look from side to side. So you're keeping your neck soft here, relaxed. And now gaze straight down, take another full breath in. And on your exhale, move back into downward facing dog. Bring your feet wide, bring them as wide as your mat and a little shorter, so you bring your feet a little closer to your hands. And now press your heels towards the ground and really lift those sit bones. Breathe in and breathe out. With your next inhale, walk your hands towards your feet. And then on your exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up to stand, so feet are still wide. And on your exhale, right hand down, side stretch. Inhale, come back through center, press through the outer edges of your feet, and exhale, other side. Inhale, back through center, and now interlace your fingers, turn the palms towards the ceiling. Take another full breath in. And on your exhale, arms wide and all the way down. Inhale, walk your hands forward and come into a plank pose with the feet wide. And take a full breath in your plank. And now on your exhale, drop your heels to the right. And then inhale, come back through center. And exhale, drop the heels to the left. And inhale through center. And now on your exhale, back into downward facing dog. And here you can bring your feet back to hip width. And again, find a little movement in those legs. So a bend of one knee and then the other. Or like we were doing before, you could even lift one foot and then the other, one at a time, as if you were walking. And one more full breath in. And full breath out. And then finding that still downward facing dog. One more inhale. And exhale. And now on your inhale, stepping your feet to the top of your mat. And on your exhale, find a forward fold. Inhale, bend your knees, rise into chair pose. And exhale, bring hands to your heart. Inhale, straighten legs and straighten arms. Exhale, side stretch. Inhale, center. Exhale, other side. Inhale, center. And now with your exhale, right foot is going to step back, warrior one. Planting that back foot. Inhale, lifting your arms up. And then exhale, bending your elbows. Squeezing your shoulder blades. Inhale. And bringing your forearms in front of you, touching. And then again, inhale as you open. So chest is opening here. Exhale as you close. And inhale, open. And exhale, close. And now try to keep those elbows close together. Maybe hook the thumbs. Strong through your legs. Elbows lift, gaze lifts. Exhale and elbows draw in. So you can find that rounding here. And two more times. Inhale. Exhale. And inhale. And exhale. And now on your inhale, rising up, arms lift. And on your exhale, lowering those hands to the mat and stepping back, downward facing dog. Take a full breath in here. And a full breath out. With your next inhale, coming out into plank. And on your exhale, explore your side plank. So we'll turn towards the right. And any variation of side plank that you want to do here. Try to keep your hips lifted. Try to keep some action in the legs, so drawing the toes towards your shins. Take another full breath in. And on your exhale, come back into plank. Breathe in here. And exhale, downward facing dog. Full breath in. And full breath out. With your inhale, walking your feet to your hands. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale into chair pose. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, side stretch. Inhale, center. Exhale, other side. Inhale, center. And now it's your left foot that steps back. Warrior one. Exhale. So strong base here, necessary strong base in order to do all the upper body work. Okay, so check in with those feet, those legs. When you're ready, arms will lift, inhale. And as you exhale, elbows bend. Chest opens, inhale. Exhale as your forearms come in front of you. 2 more times, inhale. Exhale. And inhale. And exhale. And now maybe hooking those thumbs, maybe opposite thumb on top. Inhale as you lift your elbows. And exhale as you draw those elbows in and find that rounding. 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale. And inhale. And round, exhale. And then on your inhale, rising up, arms will lift. And on your exhale, hands to the mat. And making your way back into downward facing dog. Full breath in here. And full breath out. Inhale, coming out into plank. And now exploring your side plank towards your left. And again, any version of side plank that works for you here. So you can lift those hips, keep your legs active, press the floor away with that bottom arm. Breathe in and breathe out. And one more breath in. And then as you exhale back into plank pose, take a breath in at the top. And this time we'll lower all the way down to the mat on the exhale. Hands stay under the shoulders. Inhale into cobra. And exhale to lower. And then again, inhale cobra. Exhale lower. And inhale cobra. And now on your exhale, make your way back into downward facing dog. And then bring your feet again wide as your mat. Walk them forward a bit. Press those heels towards the ground. Get a little less weight on your shoulders as you send weight into your heels. Look from side to side. And another breath in. And breath out. And then as you inhale, walk your hands towards your feet. And fold here, exhale. And we're going to walk those hands between the legs. So turn your fingers and walk those fingers through your legs. Bend your knees, and you can bend your knees a lot here. See if you can walk the fingers a little further as you bend your knees. And then allow your head to hang. And breathe into your back body. And then as you inhale, walk your fingers back. And now keep a bend in your knees. And maybe even bring your spine kind of parallel to the ground, and you might even reach your arms in front of you. Reaching the fingers away from your sit bones. And free your toes. You might even lift your toes, wiggle them a bit. Take another full breath in. And then on your exhale, lower your hands, straightening your legs. Grab opposite elbows and sway from side to side by bending one knee and then the other. So bend into your right knee, straightening the left. And then center, bend into your left, straightening the right. And then again. And one more time, going to the left. And coming back through center, release those elbows and slowly rising up, keeping those feet wide. As you get to the top, shoulders away from your ears and arms just by your side. With your next inhale, reach your arms up. And then on your exhale, right hand grabs the left wrist and pull that left wrist over to the right. And press strongly through your left leg, left foot. And then as you inhale, come back through center. Switch your wrist, press through the right side as you pull that right wrist towards the left. And then inhale back through center, arms wide, fold all the way down. On your inhale, walking your hands forward, coming into that plank pose with the feet wide. Taking a breath in. And on your exhale, dropping your heels to the right. And then inhale, center. And then dropping them to the left. And inhale, center. And now on your exhale, back into downward facing dog. And again, bringing those feet hip width. And again, finding a little movement in your legs. That walking movement, if that feels right. Allowing your hips to shift a bit from side to side. And maybe at the same time, getting a little movement in your neck. And also looking from side to side. And then coming back through stillness. And on your exhale, lowering your knees. And let's meet in a table pose. So in your table pose, thread the needle. So we're going to keep those knees and hips in line, hands more or less under the shoulders. And with your next inhale, your right arm is going to come out to the side and then up toward the ceiling. And then as you exhale, thread towards your left. And then do that again. Open up on your inhale. Thread as you exhale. And open, inhale. And this time, thread. And we're going to lower the shoulder to the mat. Side of the face to the mat. Another place maybe for blocks. If the head doesn't reach the mat, you could place the head on a block. And then just play with your hips for a moment here too. So what happens if you shift them towards your left? And what happens when you shift them towards the right? Just notice any sensation in that shoulder. And you could stay right here, or your left arm could reach up. You could rest it at your sacrum. You could drop it towards that right thigh. Connect with your breath. And then if your left arm is behind you, let's reach it up towards the ceiling and then plant it by your face. place weight into that left hand and then open up towards your right arm lifts. Give your neck a little movement here too. And then on your exhale, right hand lowers, coming back into your table pose. And now getting ready for the other side. Okay, so just make sure you've got your alignment. And when you're ready, your left arm reaches out and then up. And then as you exhale, thread that arm reaching towards the right. And then again, inhale and open. Exhale and thread. And inhale, open. And exhale, thread. And now when you lower your shoulder and side of your face. And just making sure you keep the back of the neck long. So it's very easy here to be reaching with your chin and compressing the back of your neck. So try to reach the top of the head away from your tailbone. And maybe also you play with that shift of your hips. And maybe that right arm reaches up and finds a place on your lower back or sacrum or on the left hip or thigh. Breathing in and breathing out. And then reaching that right arm towards the ceiling and planting it and opening up towards the left. And again, a bit of movement in your neck. And then coming back to your table pose. And once you're in your table pose, let your head hang for a moment. Draw that chin towards your chest. And look a bit from side to side. Letting your spine round. Breathing in. And breathing out. And then neutral spine, cow pose as you lift your chest. Tuck your toes. And downward facing dog on your exhale. And then again, finding that walking motion with your legs. And adding in your neck. Looking from one side to the other, lifting one foot, and then the other. And then coming into more of a still downward facing dog, taking a full breath in. And a full breath out. And then using your inhale, walking your feet to your hands. And finding a forward fold. Grabbing opposite elbows in front or behind your legs. And 3 cycles of breath, really hugging yourself in. Opening that back body. And here, protecting that front body. Keeping it cozy, safe. And then releasing those elbows and slowly we'll make our way up to stand. Vertebra stacking over vertebra. And giving those shoulders a roll as we arrive at the top. And letting those shoulders move away from the ears, turning the palms forward. And just coming into mountain pose for a moment. You might close your eyes and really heighten those other senses, the sense of touch, the ground underneath the feet, the air around us, the clothes on our skin. Maybe the hearing those sounds. And then hearing the sound of your own breath. And then use your next inhale to open eyes, lift your arms, and exhale, side stretch. Inhale back through center, and exhale, other side. Inhale, center, and now on your exhale, step your right foot back and come into warrior two. Reaching your arms forward and back, and really planting that outer edge of that back foot and finding some action in your right glute here and a bend into your left knee. With your next inhale, reverse warrior, reaching up and back. And as you exhale, come into side angle, reach forward and down. And two more like that. Inhale, coming into reverse. Exhale, side angle. And one more. Inhale, reverse. And exhale, side angle. And now on your inhale, rise up, straighten your front leg. And as you exhale, hinge at your hips, reach forward, and then lower your hand. Triangle pose, a good place for a block underneath your left hand. And you could drop that right hand behind you, turning the palm out and just lowering it down. And finding 3 to 5 breaths right here. And then with your next inhale, rising up as if you were being pulled through those right fingers, bend into that front knee, back into your warrior two. And then on your exhale, hands to the mat, downward facing dog. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. On your inhale, come out into a plank pose. And as you exhale, lower all the way down onto your belly. Inhale as you open your chest into cobra. And exhale, tuck your toes and back into downward facing dog. Inhale, walk your feet to your hands. And exhale, fold. Inhale, bend your knees, chair pose. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, side stretch. Inhale, center. Exhale, other side. Inhale, center. And left foot steps back, warrior two. Watch these transitions. Okay, so it requires balance and focus. And then as you find your warrior two again, check that grounding through that back foot. Engage that left glute. Engage your right thigh. Spread your toes. Reverse warrior, inhale. Side angle, exhale. Two more times. Inhale, reverse, smooth breath. Exhale, side angle. And inhale, reverse. And exhale, side angle. Now as you inhale, rise up, straighten that front leg. And on your exhale, triangle pose, reach, reach. And then hand lowers. Left arm towards the ceiling, turn the palm out. And then drop that arm behind you. And find some ease here. So if you stable through your legs, maybe a softening of the eyelids. Maybe finding some space in the jaw. Maybe just giving yourself a deeper breath in and a longer breath out. And then as you inhale, left arm pulls you all the way up, bend into that front knee, warrior two. And on your exhale, hands to the mat and stepping back, downward facing dog. Breath in and breath out. And another breath in and breath out. On your inhale, come out into plank. Exhale, lower all the way down to the mat. And now as you inhale, reach your arms in front of you, fingers moving away from your toes. And find some action in those arms still, so even palms lifted and you just clawing with your fingers. And then we're going to go into a side stretch. So walk your hands towards the right. Getting some left side stretch here. Maybe your feet go towards the right too. Give yourself a breath in and breath out. And then come back through center and then walk those fingers to your left. And maybe then your feet also to the left, so a little extra space for the right side too. And then as you inhale, come back through center. And then roll onto your back. Go facing up towards the ceiling. And once you're on your back, bring those knees into your chest. One hand to each knee and some gentle circles with those knees. And then switch direction. Getting some movement into the hips. And now gravity is acting in a different direction on those hips. So noticing how that feels. And then as you inhale, lift those legs all the way up towards the ceiling, and maybe supporting your legs with your hands. Find some gentle circles with your ankles. And then switch direction. And now bring the right knee into your chest as you lengthen the left leg out. And here you could find a little bit more action. So you could hover that left leg over the mat, flexing the foot. You could flex at your ankle or you could flex at your toes. And take a full breath in. And then as you exhale, press that lower back into the mat and lift the forehead towards your right knee. And breathe in. And breathe out. And then as you inhale, bring that left knee and lengthen out the right leg. Pausing here, exhale, pressing that lower back down. And breathing in. And breathing out. And then as you inhale, lowering the head down, bringing both knees into your chest, opening your arms out into a T and lowering your knees to the right as you might look towards the left. And pause. And knees coming back through center. And you could keep them close to your chest and then lower them towards your left. And maybe gaze to the right. And again, find that pause. And inhale as you bring those knees back through center. And then lower those feet to the mat. So knees are bent, have your block or anything you're going to use to support your hips here. So we're going to go into that supported bridge pose. So you want your heels more or less under your knees, arms by your side. Inhale as you lift your hips. Exhale to lower. And let's do that again. Inhale to lift, just getting a little movement, a little bit acquainted with that bridge pose. Exhale, lower. And then grab your block. Inhale as you lift your hips and slide the block just under that sacrum. Okay, so it should feel comfortable. It's not the lower back, it's closer to your tailbone. And then you could stay, find the right height with your block. You could stay with the feet where they are, or if it feels comfortable and there's no pain or pinching of that lower back, you could walk your feet forward, away from that block. And now here, just opening that front body. And when we open the front body, what happens is we, of course, close that back body. You know, it gets shortened, there's some compression. Okay, so just be careful with that, that there's not too much compression in that lower back. So it's a compromise and negotiation between the opening of the front body, the compression in the back body. Make sure that you're breathing smoothly. There's not too much struggle or effort here. We'll take about 3 to 5 more breaths. And if you had your feet out, let's begin to walk those feet back towards the block, bending those knees. And then get into a place where the feet are planted. And then as you're ready, we're going to lift those hips off the block. We're going to slide the block out, but now be very intentional about how you lower those hips. They're not just going straight down, but whilst we lower them, we're going to lengthen that back, that spine. So really reach that tailbone towards your heels as you lower that spine back to the mat. Slight tucking of your tailbone too, and then release onto the ground. And bring your feet a little wider, rest your knees against one another, bring your hands to your belly. And just notice now that lower back on the mat. And take a full breath in as you let the belly expand into your hands. And then a breath out as you push that back body down into the mat. And do 2 more breaths like that. Let that belly expand as you breathe in. And then as you draw that belly towards the spine, push that back body down into the mat, especially that lower back. And one more time. And then if it feels right, you can bring those knees into your chest, rock a bit from side to side, massage a bit more that back body. And then we'll work towards finding the most comfortable position for these last moments of practice. So whether that's on your back, with knees long or knees bent, or maybe it's on your side. Or maybe you are more comfortable in a seat at this moment. And maybe close your eyes and start to allow the body to relax. From those eyes to that jaw, to the shoulders, to the hips, the thighs, calves, the feet, fingers. And just pausing. Body rests. And just see if the mind can just be the witness to that rest. And now trying to keep that mind calm as you begin to find a deeper and longer breath. Begin to find some gentle movement back into your fingers and toes. Movement in your ankles, wrists, maybe your neck. And just take a breath in. And then as you're ready, roll onto one side. And then here, give yourself a breath too. Maybe even your exhale comes out of the mouth, maybe with a sound, maybe as a sigh. And then coming up to find a comfortable seat. And we'll meet with hands at heart. Just finding that lifted spine. And here acknowledging the practice, acknowledging ourselves for practicing, acknowledging those who practice with us, acknowledging those who make it possible. And we'll end with a word that means that the light in me recognizes and honors the light in you. Namaste. Namaste.